Hey, what's up, you guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about how you get started working out at the gym for all beginners. Now, this applies for all ages, so stay tuned. All right, let's get right into it. This video, I'm going to be going over how you can get started at the gym as a beginner. I know it's going to sound really intimidating. I know you've probably been thinking about it, but haven't started. So if you have started or thinking about going to the gym to change your life around, to change your lifestyle, this is going to be the video for you. I'm going to be going over a couple of tips here that's going to help you get into the gym and get started as soon as you can. Because again, I know it could be really intimidating if you haven't been to the gym in that kind of setting before. So we'll get right into it. So what qualifies me? I've been working out for about 20 plus years. I started playing football when I was in high school since the age of 15. I'm now 38. And I've been around weights in the training room basically my whole life. And so I wanted to share this video with you to let you know that you're not alone in this. There's a lot of people that are interested in going to the gym, but that haven't started because of the various reasons. And today in this video, I'm going to help you get through those challenges so that you can get in there, change your life around, become a lot more healthier, and really just improve your quality of life. So again, I used to play football in high school. Then I went into powerlifting as I got out of playing football. And then eventually I went into bodybuilding. So I've been through the whole full spectrum of training my body, not just for competition, but for athletics. So I feel like I'm pretty versed at explaining kind of how the gym works so that you can get started tomorrow. So I wanted to go over the importance of weight resistance training. Now, there's a lot of really great reasons, and I probably miss a couple here, but here's a couple of top reasons that are really beneficial for you to get started in weight training and resistance training today. So the first one is avoiding injury. Now, as you start to build your muscles up, your body will be able to retain its weight a lot better. So you lower your risk of getting injured doing just your daily kind of mundane things. Avoiding injury is a very important part as you get older, especially to maintain the well-being and a healthy lifestyle. Flexibility and balance. Now, as you start to build muscle, as you start to get more flexible, this flexibility, again, going back to avoiding injuries, it's going to just help you overall in your quality of life. You're going to be able to do things like pick up heavy groceries or move furniture, where if you don't work out or don't have any resistance training, you don't have the muscles to support your body, this is going to become overwhelmingly, or over time, it's going to be a lot more difficult, especially as you get older in age. I mentioned age. As you get older in age, your independence is going to really depend on whether you weight train or not. Once you start getting into your 60s and 70s and even 80s, that muscle mass that you have is going to be really important in order for you to become independent and stay independent so that you can do these things in life that really we take for granted being younger, going to the bathroom, going up and down stairs. So it's really important that you use resistance trainings to combat not just getting older, but to maintain a healthy lifestyle as you start to go up in age. Preventing obesity. Now, we all know that working out and weight resistance training really helps our cardiovascular health and also improves our metabolism. So if you're prone or if you have genetics or DNA in your body that's going to help, that really isn't helping you to stop putting on so much weight. Now, of course, nutrition is a major part of this. So if you're eating not healthy, then that's going to attribute to the weight gain. But I assure you that when you start incorporating weight resistance training into your lifestyle, then you're going to be combating those evil forces that are pushing you to become overweight and obese. Mental health is a very, very important topic, especially now because it's come to the limelight, in 2023. So when you work out, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. So overall, you're going to be improving your mental health, which is so important. Not just improving your physical being, but also your mental health as well. It's so important. Illness prevention. Now, we all know how sucky it is to be sick, especially if you have some sort of terminal illness. I mean, that is probably the worst thing that can ever happen to you. You could have all the money in the world, but if you're not healthy, there's really no point. So working out and doing weight resistance training is a great way to prevent some of these chronic illnesses that people have, such as diabetes, heart disease, and so forth. So it's a great way to prevent an illness that you could have if you didn't work out and if you didn't have a healthy lifestyle where you incorporated weight resistance training into your overall well-being. Now, what are some of the benefits of actually going to a gym? Now, you might say, hey, Zeus, I'm at home. I have a home gym, and I do some pull-ups and push-ups and stuff like that, which I think is fantastic. Something is always better than nothing when it comes to training. I mean, if you could just do 10 push-ups a day for a week or for a month and you stay consistent, that is far better than not doing anything at all. But there are a couple of benefits to actually going to a gym gym or a fitness center that I'll be going over here in a little bit. So the first one is motivation. Now, when you go to a gym setting, whether it's like good music or people working out, you're going to be motivated by the people around you. You're going to see people lifting. You're going to get creative ideas on how to do lifts, especially when you're a beginner and you don't know how to do these lifts. It's going to be very important for you to watch how other people do it. Now, as a beginner, you're going to obviously want to take the necessary precautions to do your study and your due diligence before you go to the gym. But once you get there, again, if you're training alone, you don't get this option. You don't get this benefit of being able to watch other people to see how they train, to how their form looks like, and for safety. So it's a great way to motivate yourself to actually go into a gym or a fitness center to be able to get your workouts in. The variety of exercises and workout machines. Now, at home, unless you have a huge gym like The Rock, you're probably limited in what you can do. So when you go to a gym, there's going to be a plethora of equipment and dumbbells and resistance bands. There's going to be a lot more equipment for you to work with. So you're going to have a great variety in terms of what workouts you can do. Now, simply being at the gym, dedicating yourself to making this a part of your life is really important. Now, as opposed to just doing something at home for 15 minutes, the fact that you are actually getting ready to go to a gym, to actually go there and to have on your workout clothes and your workout shoes and to go there, that alone signifies that you've actually showed up. You've showed up to make a real difference in your life. And that shows dedication. And there's a huge statement that you're making just by doing that and being in the gym setting. So I think that's a really good positive as far as why you should go to an actual gym to get in your workouts. Another fantastic benefit of actually going to a gym, especially if you're new, is that there are professional help there. You can always go to your local gym and see if there's a personal trainer that you connect with. But these professionals do this for a living. This is how they've earned a living. So you can ask a personal trainer or a PT on a couple of lessons, on a couple of sessions that you could have them watch you and monitor you to make sure that you're not, first of all, doing things safely, but doing things right. Now, as a beginner, this is a really, really highly recommended thing that you do in hiring a personal trainer. And the length that you work with this personal trainer may vary. So you may work with them for a couple months or a couple years if you really connect. But especially as a beginner, this is a fantastic way for you to begin and learn how to do these exercises correctly so that you're not injuring yourself and that you're getting the most potential and optimized workouts that you possibly can. There's a lot of great health benefits, as I mentioned before, one of which is really increasing your metabolism. So when you work out and you start to build muscle, your metabolism improves. So if you compare yourself or someone who works out versus someone who doesn't, if they consume the same amount of food and they have the same lifestyle, that person that weight trains and does resistance training is going to have a much more efficient way of burning and utilizing that food as fuel versus someone who doesn't. We talked about the health benefits, and it's such a big part of why resistance training is so important. And we talked about preventing illnesses. Now, when you work out and you are doing some cardiovascular mixed in with some weight resistance training, your immune system actually gets stronger. So this goes back to what I mentioned before of being able to prevent diseases and illnesses. People that statistically have shown that work out have a far less chance of getting sick and terminally sick than those that don't work out. You not only get these great health benefits, but your physical body, there's a lot of benefits to as well. One is that you improve your posture. So again, as you start to get older in age, your posture starts to deteriorate. You may start arching your back. You might start hunching. So working out is a great way to really strengthen those muscles, especially in your back, to be able to help your posture so that you could maintain a really healthy lifestyle in your upper ages as well. Now, as we get older, we start to lose bone density. It's just something that happens. It's very unfortunate. But like you notice, like your grandma and your grandpa not being able to move as quickly, their movements are a lot more laborious. So working out now in your 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s, it creates, it retains bone density so that when you go into your 60s and 70s and 80s, you're nice and strong and you can actually help support your body to be able to do those things that you need in life, such as go upstairs and go for walks and stuff like that. So it's a great way to maintain your physical well-being as you get older in life. Now, feeling great and looking great is such an important part of why we decide to work out. Now, it is physically, there's a medical study that shows that when you work out, when you do not just resistance training, but when you play tennis or basketball and you're active, your body physically releases happy chemicals, which are called endorphins or dopamine. So literally when you work out, or as you work out, when you finish workout, your body physically releases these chemicals that make you happier. So if you're not happy or you're facing some sort of like depression or sad, working out and weight resistance training is a great way to really improve your mental health and your physical health. For guys out there that are really worried about losing or going down in the testosterone levels, this is a big topic nowadays. I have great news for you. Working out actually improves and increases your level of testosterone. So if you're a guy and you're looking to put on some real muscle and you're looking to get really ripped, working out is a great way to increase your testosterone levels in your body naturally, as opposed to taking steroids or performance enhancing drugs. Now, here are a couple recommendations for you to get started right now. I know it's going to sound really intimidating for you to go to the gym and sign up, but here's a couple of things that you can do really that's going to help you transition into getting into the gym and having these great workouts. Start light and start slow. You don't need to figure this out within a week or within a month even. This is going to be a lifelong thing that's going to become more of a lifestyle for you. So start slow. You don't need, this is not a competition. You don't need to show an ego lift, so to say, right? So start slow and start light. If you had a couple sessions with your personal trainer or you YouTubed on the correct form, that's probably the most important thing to avoid injuries. But once you have your form correct, use lighter weights and use low repetitions and start and really get familiar with how these workouts work. It's important for you to get the techniques right and the form right. And if you do that over time, inevitably, the weight that you do will automatically increase. So do not worry about bumping up the weight. That's gonna cause for a higher chance of injury for yourself, and it's probably not going to optimize your workout. So start slow and start light when you're first beginning. Focus on correct technique and form. I mean, this is probably one of the most important points to make, especially for you guys, for you beginners. When you first start off, do not even worry about the weight. It doesn't matter if you're doing 25 or 15 pounds. The weight really does not matter. As long as you're getting a great workout and you feel great doing those weights, that's all that matters. But again, having the right form and the technique is going to help you really optimize where you work your body. So if you're doing chest, for example, or back, having the right form and technique is really going to optimize the efficiency of how you work out those muscle groups. Now, joining a gym is great for a lot of reasons. I mentioned there's a lot of equipment out there. So when you join a gym, you're going to have a great variety of workout equipment for you to use. Now, this is great because you can also work out a variety of muscle groups. So as opposed to just working out your arms or your chest or your shoulders, you can actually create workout plans around working out different muscle groups. Now, there's a lot of big muscle groups in your body that you want to train balanced. So you don't want to just train upper body and negate your lower body. You don't want to just train legs and forget your upper body. All your muscles in your body are interconnected, so it's important to have maintain a balanced workout. Now, when you first start off, you don't need to go every single day. I think that's a little bit too much. So when you're first starting off and you first get your gym membership, start off going maybe like once or twice a week, and then you can easily start to bump that up as you feel more comfortable in going maybe 2, 3, or even more 4 times a week. This is going to be based on your recovery. So if you're able to recover more quickly, let's say you're in your 20s or 30s, then you may be going to the gym maybe 3 or 4 times a week. If you're really adventurous and you're really kind of getting after it, you could even increase it to 4 or 5 days or 6 days a week. But again, this will highly depend on how your body recovers. Now, a balanced workout regime and a lifestyle is really important. So if you're the type of person who's going to be only doing cardiovascular, then again, you're missing kind of the other half of the benefits of weight resistance training. If you're only weight resistance training and you're not doing any cardio, you're missing out on a lot of those cardiovascular benefits of doing a cardio intensive workout such as playing basketball or running. So what I recommend is mixing in a little bit of both. Do a little bit of weight training, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and then also incorporate some cardio, whether that's jumping on the treadmill or the Stairmaster or go playing basketball or playing tennis or playing soccer. Now, it's really important, especially when you're starting off, to be able to warm up and stretch at the end. So you don't want to just go into the gym, check in, and then start weightlifting. I mean, you're gonna really increase your chances of getting hurt and suffering an injury. So I would spend at least in the beginning of your workout, maybe 15 to 20 minutes stretching. You can stretch out the muscle group that you're working, but you should also stretch out your whole body. So if you're training chest, for example, make sure you're stretching your chest. If you're doing legs, make sure you're stretching your legs. But I would recommend at the very minimum stretching between 15 and 20 minutes prior to your workout. Once you're done with your workout, I recommend, again, doing another stretch or a cool down phase of another 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, depending on how you feel. Okay, now you're in the gym and you're really excited, but you don't know what to do. You're seeing all these equipment, you're seeing people working out, and you don't know what to do. So I'll give you a couple of examples. So there are weight training, free weights. So there's dumbbells, there's barbells, and there's kettlebells. These are great because they can really help you isolate certain muscle groups. So if you're doing dumbbells, for example, and you're doing dumbbell curls, you're really isolating the biceps. It's really good for focusing on one muscle group. There's stuff like medicine balls and sandbags, which are kind of more larger forms of weight. So you can toss them around and they work multiple parts of your body, which is great, kind of a functional training for everyday benefits. There are machines where you can actually isolate and do like a chest machine, for example. These are based on weights and cables, so they're going to be really isolated movements. So you're not going to have to worry about balancing or injuring yourself trying to hold up the weight like you do in free weights. Now, resistance bands are an incredible thing that often get overlooked. If you are at home and you can't go to the gym and you don't have the time to go, then having some resistance bands at home, you can really get in quite a good workout. And resistance band comes in all different resistances from low weight to high weight, and you can use various workouts to work out different body groups in the comfort of your home. There are equipment such as TRXs, which are known for suspension equipment. So I don't really personally haven't used so much of these suspension equipment, but they could be a great way for beginners to use lightweight kind of body weight exercises to get started before jumping into free weights or machines. Last but not least, body weight exercises. Now these are often overlooked, and the great thing about this is the convenience. You don't have to be at a gym or you don't have to be anywhere in particular to do these. Push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups are body weight exercises that are fundamental to building an overall balanced body. And these are stuff that you can do anywhere. Now, I don't know if you can do pull-ups anywhere, but you can certainly do push-ups and sit-ups almost anywhere you go as long as there's a floor. Now, when it comes down to selecting the right gym, it really depends on a couple of things. Really, for me, it comes down to location. I mean, if I have to drive 30 minutes or take the train for an hour to go to the gym, I'm probably not going to go as often. So probably the biggest consideration, to be honest and very frank, in selecting a gym is going to be the convenience factor. The more convenient it is for you to get to the gym, the more often you're going to go. So that would be probably on top of my list as far as what to look for when looking for a gym. The other things in looking for a gym could be the type of equipment they have and how clean it is and how friendly the staff is. So it's really up to you to find a gym that you really feel comfortable in. Now, before you start, it's really important to put together and set a personal goal. Ask yourself and ask yourself, say, why am I doing this? Do I want to get healthier? Do I want to get more in shape? Am I doing this for my kids? Am I doing this for my overall health? Figure out a reason why. It's so important to understand and assess why you're doing what you're doing. So we're going to have all different reasons. We're all have different lifestyles and different justifications and reasons for why we want to do this. So really it's important for you to assess and sit down and ask yourself, why do I want to get in shape? And I think that'll help kind of drive and motivate you to get into the gym and really change your lifestyle for the better. Now, as we know, with everything else, consistency is key, guys. So even if you go in there for 15 to 20 minutes, you can still get in a great workout. You don't have to be in there for hours like you see on Instagram. So consistency over time. Just make sure if you're dedicated to going at least twice a week, that you're going at least twice a week. Do not skip a day. Even if you're feeling groggy and tired and stressed from work, if you have dedicated yourself to making this change and you've considered and told yourself and made the commitment to go twice a week at least, then make sure you're going. Showing up is half the battle, guys. Now, we talked about gym intimidation. Man, I've been working out at a gym setting for over 20 years, so it feels almost like it feels more comfortable than my house. You know, I mean, no matter where I go in the world, I can always go to a gym and I feel comfortable. But again, it took me 20 years to get there. When you're first starting off, it's not going to feel comfortable. You're going to walk in, you're going to see these buff guys and people making noise. It's going to be very uncomfortable. So here are a couple ways to get really comfortable in being around the gym setting. Understand that everyone started somewhere. I don't care how big, I don't care how strong you are. Everybody started somewhere. So this is your start. And where you are 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now will be vastly different. So just understand and be okay with the fact that no matter who you see in the gym, no matter how fit and jacked someone looks in the gym, they also started somewhere. So keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to ask for help. A huge benefit of being in the gym is the ability to ask people for help. It might first start off in the form of a personal trainer, which is your personal trainer to ask these questions. But eventually, when you get comfortable in the gym, you're going to see common faces and you're going to see people more often. It's okay to go up to these people and ask for help, whether it's just a spot or saying hello or asking them for a recommendation on a workout. And this is one of the greatest benefits of actually joining a gym and working out at a gym setting. Don't worry about everyone else. When you go to the gym, especially during peak hours around 4 and 5 o'clock, there's going to be a lot of people working out. So there can be a tendency to be really intimidated and have a little bit of anxiety in the beginning about all these people. Just focus in on your workout. You came there to work out. You came there to focus in and better yourself. So focus on that. Don't worry about anything around you. Don't worry about the people around you. Just focus on getting the best workout possible when you're showing up. Now, if you want to create some variety in your workouts, I would recommend joining some classes. Now, a lot of gyms offer yoga classes and some HIIT training classes. So this is a great way, again, to mix up your workout with weight resistance training and also some cardiovascular work. This is a great way also to meet other people from the gym. And it's a great way for you to mix in and create a little bit of variety in your exercises. Now, if you have anxiety about there being a lot of people, I would certainly avoid rush hours. So anywhere between like 3:30 and 6 p.m. for most gyms is when the most amount of people are at the gym. If the thought of this creates anxiety for you, I would recommend getting in a morning workout after the morning rush around like 10 o'clock, anywhere between like 10 to 1:30, is usually when most gyms are kind of slow. There's gonna be a lot less people. So if you're having anxiety about the thought of there being a lot of people at the gym when you first start, then go around those times where it's a little bit slow and you can avoid the crowd. Now, guys, it's so important to make sure that you guys are healthy and safe, because if you're injured, then there's no point. You can't have good workouts, right? So it's important to understand the safety measures, especially when you're working out in the beginning, so that you're not injuring yourself. There's a lot of great equipment out there nowadays, guys. So if you have the financial resources, I would definitely look into purchasing knee braces, wrist wraps, a belt. And really the most important thing is use these things to help prevent injuries. One of the most important key things to remember, guys, is always listen to your body. Now, you may have a personal trainer that's going to recommend certain things to you, but you know your body better than anyone else. So if what you're doing is hurting, then you need to stop. There's a difference between injury and pain. Pain you can get through. I mean, you're going to be sore after a good workout. I mean, that's kind of expected. But if you're doing something and it's causing excruciating pain, it's probably going to be injury prone. So you want to try avoiding that. And the best way to do that is to really understand your body and to listen to your body if it's telling you to do certain things or not do certain things. A huge part of working out and having this type of lifestyle for the longevity is recovery. So if you find yourself sore in the beginning, you're going to be sore. I mean, you're going to have muscles in your body that you're sore that you never even knew existed. So in the beginning, especially, guys, don't feel bad for taking days off and taking those days off to recover. If you're sore, that means your body has been damaged, and in the repair is where your body gets stronger. So don't work out when you're extremely sore, because this is like getting a cut and then opening the wound back up. It's really counterproductive. So you want to give your body ample amount of time in order to recover so that you can work that muscle group again. Okay, guys, we went over so much great information. I hope you are motivated. I hope you are less intimidated about going to the gym. Listen, everyone started somewhere, and this is your start. Make a commitment to start, and start tomorrow, and set a hard date on when you're going to get that gym membership. Do not delay anymore. Do not wait till the New Year's resolution. Do not wait till January. Do not wait for anything. Start today. Go to the gym and get a membership. Get a membership, guys, and start off. You'll be amazed at what type of progress you will make just by being in the gym and starting. I mean, you guys will be so motivated, and it is a life changer. Your health is the most important thing, guys. You can have $1 billion in the world, but if you're sick, it's worth nothing. There was a famous country song that says you don't see many trailers on a hearse, right? You can't take this stuff with you, but you want to maintain your healthy lifestyle for as long as you're on this earth, so that you can have a beautiful soul and be happy. So again, I stress the importance of consistency. Starting is half the battle, and I understand it. If you get in the gym and you get a membership, thumbs up to you. I really can congratulate you. But stay consistent with it. In the beginning, it may only be once a week. You may want to bump that up to twice a week or 3 times a week based on your progress. But stay consistent. Whatever you decide on doing, stick to it. It doesn't matter if you're tired or stressed or whatever it is, guys. If you make a commitment to do it, stay consistent with it over time, and it will yield the results that you ultimately want. Keep in mind that this is not a project. This is not an initiative. This is a lifestyle for you. So it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen over a long time, but this is going to be a shift and a change in your lifestyle for the better. So understand that this is a long game. So that's why you don't need to rush into anything. You don't need to go too fast. You're gonna really avoid a lot of injuries by not doing that. But think of this as a long marathon that's gonna happen over the entire duration of your life. It is a lifestyle change, guys, not something that you just pick up and do and quit. Think about all the benefits I went over, guys, and having your mental health and your physical health is ultimately the most important thing. So incorporating some weight resistance training with whatever you're doing and some cardiovascular work is going to improve the overall quality of your life, and I guarantee you. Now, I do have to say this, I am not a trained medical professional. I help a lot of people in their physical journey and the physical fitness journey, but I do have to say as a disclaimer, if you have any pre-existing conditions, especially, I highly recommend that you consult with your professional to make sure that before you start working out or before you create a workout regime, that you are under the proper supervision. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed it extremely a lot. And if this video was valuable to you and if you're motivated to get back in the gym and really change your lifestyle without delaying, then I would really appreciate a subscribe button and also a like on the video. If you have any questions regarding working out or the gym or anything we went over today, guys, leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to reply back to you as soon as possible because I would love to interact with you guys. So if you can, do me a favor, please subscribe to my channel and I look forward to you in the next video.